This is R.D. Sharma Solutions, Class 11, Chapter 26. Ellipse exercise is 26.1. The next question is question number 4. Find the equation of the ellipse, and in the bracket it is given as referred to its axis as the axis of x and y respectively, which passes through the point -3 and 1 and has eccentricity under root 2 by 5. So what is done here is that the equation, always remember you have to take the equation as x square by a square plus y square by b square equals 1. Now it is passing through -3 1, that is -3 1 will be satisfying this equation. In place of x I am putting -3, in place of y 1. So there is a relationship, but there is one more thing, eccentricity is given. It's under root 2 by 5. We know that b square equals a square 1 minus a square in case a is greater than b, right? So b square by a square equals 1 minus e square. In place of e we are going to put, or in place of e square we are going to put 2 by 5. So b square and a square, there will be a relationship from here. So in place of b square we are going to put 3a square by 5. So we are putting it here. A square we are going to find it out, and b square, because b square already had a relationship, b 3a square by 5. So we have a square and b square, both of these, and just put it in the original equation we assumed, and this will be the final equation. You can either multiply both sides by 32 so that you get the equation which is given in your answers. So 3x square plus 5y square equals 32. So always remember, take the equation in all the questions which are coming. X square by a square plus y square by b square equals 1. That is the equation we are going to assume. This is the question number 5. So we have 13 parts here, 13 parts. And till 5, it's R.D. Sharma. After 5, that is 6th till 13th, till 6th, from 6 till 13, all these are NCERT questions, NCERT questions. So we are going to discuss them. So first is, find the equation of the ellipse in the following cases. In all these questions, we have to find the equation of the ellipse. Equation of the ellipse. So what all is given? First part is eccentricity is given. E is 1 by 2. And the foci, that is the focus, is given as plus, minus 2 and 0. So plus minus 2, focus we know that it is plus minus AE. So we have to compare this AE with 2. E is already given half. So A you get, E also you know. Now we know the eccentricity is given by under root 1 minus b square by a square. We have learned it a lot in theory, explanation, etc. So put it here, you will get b, or b square. Rather, b square is more important. A square and b square you tend to find out. Just put it in this A is known, so a square will be 16. B square already we found out to be 12. Now, as I earlier requested, that always remember x square by a square plus y square by b square equals 1. Put a square and b square, which we found out, and take the LCM of 12 and 16, multiply both sides. You are going to get the equation 3x square plus 4y square equals 48. So all these questions are like this only. The second part is eccentricity is 2 by 3 and length of the latest rectum is 5. Latest rectum is 2b square by a, it is 5. So you have a b and a relationship. Eccentricity is 2 by 3. E is under root 1 minus b square by a square. B square equals a square 1 minus e square, that we have already seen. Okay. So now put this here and you will have a from here. When you put b square equals 5a by 2. Now put it here, 2 by 3 is also e. For that you are going to get a is 9 by 2. Now b square and a square you can find out and put it in the equation we know, in place of a square, b square. So normally you take a square and b square, right? Try to find out, whenever you find it a, do a square, whenever you find b square, b you find b square, and this is the equation. Third is eccentricity is given as half and semi-major axis is 4. So major axis is to a, semi-major is half of this, that is a. A is 4 given and eccentricity is half. A is 4, A is half. So let me tell you here only. Wherever it is required, I am going to solve it. Here I don't think it is required. Straightforward. E is under root 1 minus b square by a square. A is known, E is known, B can be found out, and just put it in the equation. A and B, just place it here. And as earlier question, the formal equation you have to write. And the fourth part is eccentricity is E is half, and the major axis is 12. Now this 2a is the major axis, so you get a as 12 by 2, which is going to be 6. E is half, 1 by 2. So we have E under root 1 minus b square by a square. We just put a, just E also is given half, so you can find out b square. You can directly find out b square. A is 6, we make it as square, that is a square is 36. Put in this equation which we earlier took, x square by a square. Always take this one only, and this will be the equation. This is the fifth. The ellipse passes through 1, 4 and minus 6, 1. So this question requires some explanation, so I'm going to do it for you. What we have to do is just assume this equation. 1 and 4 and minus 6 and 1, it is passing, so you have to put 1 and 4 in place of x and y. For the first time. The second time you have to put x as minus 6, y as 1, and this is you're going to get two equations. You have to solve it. So this is the equation we normally take, and this is the equation for 1 and 4 are x and y. So you put x as 1, y as 4. This will be 1 square 1 by a square, ya square, that is 4 4 is 16, by b square equals 1. And then we have minus 6 and 1. So just let me put it directly. Minus 6 whole square is 36 by a squared. Then you have y, that is 1 square by b square equals 1. So these two equations, two values we have put in. Now we know how to solve this. First we have to assume 1 by a square as x, or 1 by a square as alpha, whichever you feel like, and 1 by b square as y or beta. So you get this equation as alpha plus 16 beta equals 1, and this will be 36 alpha plus beta equals 1. Now these are two simultaneous equations in alpha and beta, and I'm pretty sure that you're going to solve it. You'll be able to solve it. Let me write it here. So either you multiply the first equation by 36 and subtract these two equations, or you multiply the second equation by 16 and subtract this equation. Okay. So either way you can solve it, and let me tell you what alpha and beta is going to come. So this is alpha and beta you're going to get. Alpha is 3 by 115, beta is 7 by 115. So the alpha is 1 by a square. Remember, we have assumed it to be 1 by a square. So if 3 by 115 is alpha, it's actually equal to 1 by a square. And in this equation, x square by a square, because x square, you can write it as 1 by a square into x square. 1 by a square is already you have got. Just put 3 by 115 directly here, right? 1 by a square is your 3 by 115. Okay, so x square, 3 square by 115. Same you are going to do for the y square. 1 by beta square, 1 by b square is beta. So beta is 7 by 115, but this is 1 by b square. So you can directly put 1 by b square here. So that is going to be 7 by 115 equals 1. Now multiply both sides by 115, you'll get the required equation. 3x square plus 7y square equals 115. Now this question 6th from here till the 13th one, these are NCERT questions. NCERT questions. So let me put it again that most of the students, they ask me, then please do RS Agarwal. It's not required you do RD Sharma, it's fine. Vertices are plus minus 5, 0, and focus is plus minus 4, 0. Now whenever we have the x coordinate has something value, that is clear that this is a horizontal ellipse. This is a horizontal ellipse. X is plus, focus is also plus, that is the x coordinate, not plus, x coordinate is having something in both the cases. So this is sure that you are having or you are dealing with a horizontal ellipse. If the y coordinate, the x coordinate is 0 and y has something, that means you are dealing with the vertical ellipse that we are going to see just now. So this the focus is given, so this is 4, 0 and this is minus 4, 0 and the vertex is also given. This is vertex 5, 0 and this side it will be minus 5, 0. So that is why it's minus plus minus simultaneously given. So the vertex is a, 0 vertices and the focus is a into e. You know for ellipse e is less than 1, that is why it is inside. So a is this 5 and AE is 4. So just put a as 5, e will be equal to 4 by 5, and b square is equals a square 1 minus e square. Now this is going to change as the vertical ellipse will come, it will change. So just put it here, a square and b square you find out and put it in this equation. Now this question and the next equation, this one and the other 10th one also has, we are dealing with not a horizontal ellipse, it's a vertical ellipse. That means I see that the x coordinate is 0 in vertex and focus, but the y coordinates has something. That is, we are dealing with a vertical axis where this is 0, 30, this is 0, minus 30, which are the vertices, and the focus is here, that is 0, 5 and 0, minus 5. 0, minus 5. I missed the minus, you can assume that. So this vertex is 0. Now the convention is we are not changing the equation. It will be x square by a square plus y square by b square equals 1. It will remain the same. But here, this is, the vertices is not 0 or this a plus minus a comma 0. It's 0 comma plus minus b. 0 comma plus minus b. Okay? And the focus will be 0 comma plus minus be. Be vertical. This is a vertical ellipse. So we are going to compare b, or we are actually not compare, b is actually 5. BE is 5 and the b is 13. B is 13 and BE is 5. So you can find out this E. Now whenever we put it here, now when we take this vertical ellipse, now it's a square equals b square 1 minus c square. B square equals a square 1 minus c square is not going to work here. So you have to put a square equals b square 1 minus e square. So x square by b square plus y square by b square equals 1. We are not taking it. Most of the books, they have this convention, x by b square plus y by a square equals 1, and they assume it to be plus minus a and plus minus ae in both the cases. But here we are not changing. The equation of us remains same, x square by a square, y square by b square 1. So now you have to change the parameters here. So a square b square equals 1 minus e square. Now whenever we put it, a square b square, you just put it the way it is, x square by a square, y. The major axis remain, the major axis has changed, but a remains same, right? So a square you have to put below x square only, and b square you have to put below y square only. This is the only thing, confusion which is conflicting. Otherwise everything is quite easy. Now this is same as the question number 6, because the vertices is given, focus is given. This is on the x-axis. This is on the x-axis. So we are talking about horizontal ellipse. Major axis will remain at the x-axis. So this is plus minus a0. This is a. This is a. So I'm just going to the next question. And here we have the major axis. See, the end of the major axis and end of the minor axis is given. So we have the endpoints of the ellipse where it intersect with the x and y coordinates, x and y axis. So major axis is plus minus 3. So major axis, it's clear that the major axis is because since x coordinate is given y is 0. So So these 2 points are given. This is minus 3, 0. This is 3, 0. This point is 0 plus minus 2. So this is 0, 2. And this is going to be 0, minus 2. That means from here to here it's 6, 3, 3. The length 2a is 6. So a is 3. From here to here 2, 2. So 2, 2. That is 2 plus 2. I'm talking about this b is a semi-minor axis. So b is 2 and 2b will be equal to 4. So a is 3 and b is going 2b equals 4. So b is going to be equal to 2 only. So a is 3 and b is 2. Now you'll use the same equation, x square by a square plus y square by b square equals 1. In place of a square you're going to put 9 because a is 3. In place of b square you're going to put 4 because b is 2. X square by 9 plus y square by 4 equals 1. This is the equation. Now exactly similar kind of situation, but here the major axis and minor axis have just changed the axis. So the major axis, minor axis, let me make it that this is on the vertical axis, because the major axis there is no x coordinate, there is a y coordinate. I have to see and you have to see where the content is in the x and y coordinate. So you have x is 0. So y is here. So put as 0 root 5. This is 0 minus root 5, and this is minus 1 0, and this is 1 0. So major axis 2a is root 5 root 5, that is 2 root 5. So a is root 5, and from this a root 5. And what about this x-axis? No, I cannot. Oh, there's a change. I cannot call it as a. Oh, I cannot call it as a because in my convention, or in the R.D. Sharma convention, a will always remain on the x-axis, while b will always remain on the y-axis. So I am going to change what I just said. My 2b is going to be root 5. I hope you got the idea. A, horizontal, vertical, it doesn't matter. Always a will be on the x-axis. Always b will be on the y-axis. So now I am taking this 2a is going to be 1 1, that is 2. This is 1 and 1, so it's 2, a is 1. How about the y-axis? It's root 5, so 2 root 5, 2b is equal to 2 root 5. So b is going to be equal to root 5. So x square by a square, that is 1. Y square by b square, that is root 5 whole square, that is 5. So x square by 1 plus y square by 5 equals 1. This is the required equation of the ellipse. This is the next one. Length of the major axis is 26 and the foci is plus minus 50. The 2a is given as 26 and foci is, since it is on the x-axis, that means it's a horizontal ellipse we are talking about. So it's AE equals 5 and A from here 13, put it here, E will be equal to 5 by 13. And now A and E know. Now you can just put it in the equation. E equals under root 1 minus b square by a square. Remember, we are dealing with the horizontal ellipse. So now you can find out b. Actually, you have to find out b square. Now put it here. This is the required equation. Next one is the length of the minor axis is 16 and the foci is 0, plus minus 6. So remember that whenever we take the convention here, what we are following, always A will be on x-axis, Y on the B in the y-axis. So this 2B is 16 here, that is the 2B, 16 minor axis. Now this is a vertical axis. So this 2B equals 16. And then foci is 0 plus minus 6. So this is BE, this 6. This is plus minus 6. So actually we have to equate B with 6. So what do you get? E as is 3 by 4. So E is under root 1 minus a square by b square. The formula has changed. See, the focus is on the y-axis. So it would be E square equals under root 1 minus a square by b square. This you have to keep in your mind because I have been The solution is not very important. The solution I have already given you. The main thing is concept. Whenever you are dealing with a foci which is on the y-axis, you're going to change E. It will not be 1 minus b square by a square. Now you can always find a square and then put it in the equation. This is the 13th question. 13th. This is also an NCERT one. This is the last part of fifth question, and the foci is plus minus 3 comma 0 and A is 4. That is AE we are talking about. A is 3 and then AE you can compare it with 3 and A is already given 4. So you'll get E as 3 by 4. A is 4, AE is 3, put A as 4. E will be equal to 3 by 4. And now put it here, and because the focus is on the x-axis, you will put under root 1 minus under root b square by a square as E. So now you can just find out b from here, because a is already known. Square them, put in the denominator of x square and y square. This is the final equation. So